Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia. Since the last episode, I bred up a pair of bees. Both bees were out at the same time. I decided to give them a flower, so I got a little bee as a result of that. But now that I've collected a good amount of honey, I decided it's time to start getting some honeycomb. There you go, my first bit of honeycomb. How much did I get? 3! Woo! You can get 1 to 3 from what I've heard. And 3's important because that's how much I believe you need to make a beehive. So I have all I need in order to make one. That's my first beehive. Now I don't want to place it yet because I am going to be incorporating it into my home that I have right over here. So this is the outline for my house. So it's a little bit of different design than what I usually have. But my plan is to put some beehives right here so I can have some hives to attract extra bees. So I will breed at the bees, get some extra hives over here, and that'll be my beekeeping area. And I have a door over here and probably a back door right over here. So that'll form the house. But before I do that, I want to go and look at a village that I noticed between episodes. Hold up here. I noticed another bee right here. That must mean that there is a second hive. Ooh. Now, where was that bee? And oh, there it is. Looky there. A second hive. Or second nest, I should say, because hives are the ones that you make. All right, good. So I do have some additional bees that I can use. That's good to hear. But just before I saw that, I did see this sugarcane. Now, I do have honey also as a potential source of sugar, so I might use the honey for sugar and just use, over this way. Might use the honey for sugar and use the, yes, the sugar cane for paper. Yes, I think that'll be the best way of handling that. So I'm just taking that and I'm going to use that as a source to plant. Now, looks like the village that I had such an easy time of running into between the episodes is eluding me right now. It should be this way. That's the thing when you accidentally run into something and you wonder, ooh, did I get everything written down right? Didn't find the village yet, but I did find a few more pumpkins. Oh, there it is. Ooh, it's a lot easier to see when I stumbled onto the lake where I saw it from. There you go. One village. Now let's see if there are any villagers here, right? Let's see. Ooh, getting near sunset. Well, we're in a village at least, so there should be a bed for me to use, such as that one there. Cauldron. Leather pants. I could probably do better than that for armor-wise. No villagers. Spooky. Well, there's a golem here, so there has to be some villagers. Or are the villagers all down that way and not noticing? Well, if the villagers aren't noticing this bed, then I might as well grab it and sleep tonight. Now that's daylight again. I can continue on my way. Apples, trees. Ooh. I'll take 2 potatoes. All right. Can't steal all of their potatoes. Gotta leave them some. All right, here they go. We do have some villagers here. Hello there. Yeah. I will see if there are any trades I can do with that later. Oh no, this one's not ready to trade. Well, I can hope that at some point he learns. He's a toolsmith. Stone stuff. Of course, first I'm going to need. What's a double bed up here? Oh, it looks like a dormitory. All right. Okay, yeah, they got plenty of potatoes. There you go. Good and good. Oh, yeah, of course. You got a toolsmith. I suppose there would be a tool place there. Oh, this place is more sprawling than I thought. Woo! And here. Looks like he's getting ready to jump on the bed or something. Oh, hello. Oh, I fell down. I didn't find anything useful at the village, but it will serve as one of my builds I have because one of my plans is to build a little temple over there, which is supposed to be the temple to an agricultural god. And I think that'll actually fit into what I have here, even more so than in the original module, because the original module shows the thing as the corruption of the agricultural god by the cult. But in the case of the cult of the arthropod, an agricultural god fits in very well since, of course, bees help in the pollination of many agricultural plants. So I think that'll fit in there. Now, concerning sugar, well, I did find some sugar cane. It'll be a while before I have enough of that. And I did say that I have other sources now to get it because 1 bottle of honey equals 3 sugars. And I have 6 sugar, which means I can make some pumpkin pie. There you go. There you go. Now I have pie. Now I still have the. Actually, I think I'll use the pumpkin pie for now. And the meat could be reserved for when I do some more dangerous stuff, since this has a higher saturation, would be more useful when I need to heal. And I think it's about high time that I started on this little project here. So I'm going to do is I am going to dig out. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is get a iron shovel because I can see my old shovel is about to go out, and that was almost from just putting out the campfire in there. So I'll just use up this thing, and what I'll do is I'll just get a floor all the way through here. Maybe I actually do the stone foundation beneath the walls first. Then I should do the center for the wall floor. Now I'm going to begin in my usual way that I'm going to take this part right here, place cobblestone, and that'll serve as my foundation base. There we go. And just do this all the way around where I currently have the torches. I've dug out the floor area, and for the floor I'm going to be using birch. So I gathered a little bit extra birch between the sections. Let's try that. All right, good. So let's then just take this and put this all throughout the floor area, and I'll at least have the flooring for the building, then I could then actually start building the walls, which are going to be the important bit, and of course that roof. Now this is going to be a log roof that I'm going to be having here. Oopsie daisy. There you go. The walls will be made from oak, so I'll be placing oak all around here. We'll begin by getting our outline because we are going to be placing, let's see, our door. Looks like we're going to have to be placing our door right at the corner here, and we could place our other door right there. How about having a double wide door right over there? I think everything else can be filled in like so. I was originally thinking that this was going to be the front and that's the back, but that has the double door, so that's almost turning that into the front. That's a little bit of a different thought than I had originally. We'll have to see if I'm still thinking that when I finish this. All right, there we go. But I think a double door here might be best. Now, actually, I think that because I've got the... Yeah, that might be better since that's outdoors, and that looks like something that could be outdoors. And then we could do it this way too. Good. So that gives us that. Then we have to decide on the position of our windows. Now we are going to want a window there. Oh, for the corners. That's right. I will want stripped logs for the corners over here. Well, the trouble with stripped logs on the for this corner here is that it won't work all that well for that. Could I? Because otherwise I'll put the door right next to one of the beehives. Ooh, those little things you don't think about when you first do it. Should I? I'll see how this looks right next to a beehive. And I think the best way to do that then will be to put this here and place our first beehive, which I placed into here. Now let's, right over here. Good. And we'll put that there. Now we are going to be needing some bees to place there. Ooh, 3. There you go. And as soon as I have 2, I can breed them. Then that should give me too many bees for the nest, and one of them should then come flying over here eventually and finding this hive and starting to populate it. At least that's my guess on the matter. And we should have plenty of flowers in the area in order to encourage them to do so. The main point of doing that, though, was to 3, I think 4 high would be a good height for that. Was so that I could put stripped logs on my corner, and I think that'll be a nice touch here. There you go. Good, good. And that can be our window, and we can have another window on this end in a similar style. And here, we'll be able to get in there. Now, we will have the entrance to the beehive right there, but I think there shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, that's right. I have to wait for that second bee to grow up before I'm going to be able to do any more breeding. Okay, because I don't think the two adults don't seem to come out at the same time at the moment. I've finished the basic walls, so I have the locations for the windows and for the doors. Now I don't have the full height. I have how high it's going to be before I start adding the roof. Obviously, I have a little bit extra height there once the roof is done. Good. But as for the beehives, I managed to build two more, and last time I forgot that I went and put the hives not down here, but over here. There you go. And that way I can have a campfire down here. I have to see whether I need one campfire or three in order to give smoke to all three of them. But I could do that later. But anyway, this is, see, this is right against the bees. I think this is as narrow as I dare to make this, so I really don't want to. Or do I? Actually, now that I see things, maybe I should push this out two more. Yeah, that's it. I really should deepen this whole thing by two, and I've got the extra birch now. As you can see, I've been growing some birch trees so that I could have plenty of birch for my flooring. Maybe a little bit too much, but I'm sure I'll have use for that later on. There we go. Ah, much better. That way when I place the three hives here, I won't have to worry about being right directly next to them. Then I could place a campfire beneath the middle one, and I could use that, I think, to smoke all three of the hives. But of course, I am going to be needing to get some bees into there, and I'll just have to wait for two bees to be out at the same time, and I could start doing some breeding. But I think this deeper way here is going to be much better. I only pushed it one back here, and that gave me one extra white here because I pushed the whole thing two back. I think this is an improvement over here. My original plan was to use logs for the roof, but I've changed my mind on the matter and have instead decided is that I'm going to want to use, there you go, let's have some of these here, that instead I will use stairs as you saw me just make. And I'm going to use a different style before because I now think that the L shape, the U shape that I chose for my house here just really won't work all that well with the, yeah, that's what I want. Real that the U shape will not work well with a log roof, so I'm going to try this instead. We'll go around here and yeah, actually, this is what I want to do. I am actually going to do it this way. We'll see how this works. Different style of roofs than I usually do because usually when I do a roof, I just have it sloped in one direction. But I'm going to see how this style of roof works. I'll just work on that and continue on the way, and they'll sort of peek out in the middle there. I now have a pair of bees around, I think. As I thought I had. Ah, here they are. Here you go. And where's the other one? Where'd the other one go? Oh, there we go. And that should allow us to start populating these hives. Actually, it looks like a bee has already wandered in here because This one has some honey in it already, so I'll keep that in mind, and I'll just keep on breeding them up until we have a nice population. Now, the roof is coming along pretty well, and I just have one more section to do, and this section is going to be slightly higher probably because because that's the bee that lives down in that hive there. So I just need to do one more level of these. I'll just add this here, and on these ends, since that's odd and this is even, they're going to be slightly different in their sizes going around here. Well, that's something I'm going to have to live with, I guess. Now let's see how I can transition into this little bit here. I think if I do this and then just, yeah, that works. I think that's nice and natural. Good. And then just continue this here, and I think that roof works out very, very well. And I think that for a starter house, this isn't bad. I certainly have a lot worse starter houses in my history in Minecraft. I will need some glass panes. Let's see, where are my oh, I have the windows in my inventory already, so I could just add some of these over into here. Now I'll do the other side later, and also I'll want some of these. Right now I'm just giving a, yeah, it is exactly what I want. Some shutters. Okay, good. I think that works. Oh, and just one more detail, because it's going to be sunset. I think I want to set my spawn point to be indoors. And I also need some lighting in here, so we can do our final touches in our next episode. There you go. We'll go for there. So until then, this is Pilot Needles reminding you to mine responsibly.